What's going on, y'all, and welcome back. So I've got an issue with one of my tarantula's enclosures, and it's going to force me to do something I normally don't like to do, but just sometimes you have to do it. It's just part of the hobby. So I thought I would just make a video out of it, document it that way in case somebody is pretty new to the hobby, has never experienced this problem, they'll know what to do and how to address it. So the issue we have, you may be able to see it right down there in that lower right corner. We have got mold in one of my tarantula's enclosures, and unfortunately it's way down there at the base of the cork bark, right at the entrance to that tarantula's web tunnel. So it's treading across that every time it comes in and out, and I don't like that. Mold is not good for your invertebrates, your tarantulas and such. They don't have lungs like we do, but they do have book lungs, which are they're named because they look like the pages of a book. But those book lungs are kind of like land gills, if you will. They don't actually breathe in air, they absorb air. And so these spores getting into their book lungs can be bad for their health, just like with us breathing in mold, it can be bad for our health. So what I'm going to have to do that I mentioned I don't like doing, the only way to address this mold outbreak is to take the tarantula out of the enclosure, give it a good cleaning, put some new substrate, cork bark, plants, water dish, and all that back in the enclosure, and then put the tarantula back in there. So that's what we're going to do. I don't have any of my equipment set up, and I'm going to move in the living room where I have more room, but I just wanted to give you guys kind of an intro on what we're going to do. So you guys go grab a snack and a drink. I'll go grab all my tools. Let's meet back, and let's clean up this enclosure. All right, so I'm back. I think I've got all the tools I need. I've got my little setup going here. I'll explain that in a minute. So the first focus of this video is going to be to get the tarantula out. We're going to try to do that as stress-free as possible, especially with mold spores in there, because we don't want we want the tarantula running around on it, picking up a whole lot of extra stuff, and all that kind of stuff. So we're just going to try to get it out, and then we'll just kind of go from there. So just bear with me, guys. I haven't seen this tarantula in a while, so it will be a good opportunity to take a look at it. This is an old world tarantula, so it's probably going to be fast if it does decide to run, which I hope it doesn't, but we will see. So the web tube that is in goes around this half of the cork bark. The mold is on this side of it. On this end, there is an opening to the tunnel on this end, so I think what I'll try to do first, I don't know, I would prefer the tarantula come out of the other end of the web tube if we're going to poke it out that way. Otherwise, we may have to start removing decor and stuff from the enclosure. And here it's starting to come out on this side. I'm going to have to pull some of this stuff out because it's going to be in the way, unfortunately, which means the web tunnel is getting destroyed. Alright, so there we go. We got the tarantula exposed. Now, should I try to take the cork bark out or try to flush the tarantula out into the tub? You've noticed I've got the old Tom Moran method set up here for removing the tarantula in case it bolts and goes down through here. Hopefully it'll go into one of these little corners and hide, because as you can see, maybe down there, all it wants to do is stay hidden. Unfortunately, with that cork bark right in the middle, I can't get my catch bottle in there to cup it. And I'm not sure how well removing the cork bark will work. Okay, there we go. Good deal. Going pretty smooth. Now this part ought to be fun. Again, bear with me if you guys can't see much, because right now the focus is more on the tarantula, you know, getting it out of the enclosure, and of course it wants to, darn it, I really don't know what to do here. Let me regroup, guys, and I'll get back to you so that you're not watching a bunch of unnecessary stuff here. Alright, so I just laid the enclosure over, and some of the dirt collapsed into the bottle, and with it the tarantula, so we're hoping that it will stay in there. And it's buried all in that substrate and everything. I am going to set this aside, get to work on the enclosure, and then I will actually give you guys a look at this. But for right now, our focus is on cleaning the enclosure, so don't go anywhere. Alright, so we got the enclosure all cleaned up. We got brand new substrate. I cleaned up the cork bark. We've got brand new plants. Cleaned up the water dish and refilled it. And of course, the tarantula is right inside this bottle right here. So we are hopefully going to poke it out. And I'm going to set the camera up right here where you can kind of watch to the side of the enclosure, and hopefully we can get a little bit of a glimpse at it. Let me get my poking sticks and let's pray. Alright guys, here we go. Let's poke and pray. The tarantula is up here at the lid of the bottle, and I'm going to try to get it down, oops, into the neck of the bottle if I can here. And then I will take the cap off and we will finish poking the tarantula down and out of the bottle. Now, I've never really had, that was, made my heart skip beat for just a second, but turned out pretty easy. Hold on guys, let me get you in a better position. Sorry about that. Alright, so as I was trying to say there, I have not had a whole lot of experience in moving this particular tarantula. But it is an old world arboreal, and from what we can see of it, it's absolutely stunning. This is the Formicocylus arboricola. I don't have a whole lot more details on these guys right now, but I will put the name, the genus and species in the description, and you can kind of look it up for yourselves. Absolutely stunning tarantula. I got this one as a freebie. I believe the common name is like the Borneo bat eater or something like that, but I really can't remember. That's why we don't like to use common names in the hobby, because there is so much confusion and whatnot, so we go with the scientific name. And like a typical old world arboreal tarantula, it does not like the light. It's looking for a place to hide, but fortunately it's not really bolty. It seemed to be a lot like the Poecilotheria species. Most of them will retreat to their hide, and when that doesn't work, they'll lie flat and hope that their camouflage makes them invisible and that you won't bother them. And of course, absolute last resort is bolting. So that one didn't really bolt, and now it's actually going to come out and walk around a little bit for us. So there we go. That is my Formicocylus arboricola. I have not really seen it very good in months. Got its enclosure all cleaned up, and it's got a nice new better house now. I hope you did enjoy this video, and you'll let me know with a thumbs up and a comment. Don't forget to like this video. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do that. Share this video with your friends, and of course guys, take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks so much for watching. God bless.